Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of my what's the first drone you should get video. So part 1 we learned about angle mode and we learned about which drones that I thought were really great. For review, I really like this Aris one for $60 if you have the money because it has FPV capabilities, it's sturdy. If you don't have the money and you just want to fly a drone, this Hubsan X4 is great. Now remember, both of those drones are fly only in stabilized mode. Okay, this video is all about ACRO mode, and if you are about to fly in ACRO mode, I'm pretty sure you've done a ton of research already on what you want to buy. And so I'm not gonna talk about ACRO mode in this video. Instead, I'm gonna talk about what you should not do and probably what you should do. All right. So, number one, if you're gonna fly ACRO mode, one of my favorite, and I would say the best drone that you can buy is probably this Inductrix. It's just like I said with the Aris one. It's really sturdy. It does come in angle mode, so it can fly stabilized, but with the touch of a button you can also turn the stabilizer off and it'll give you free reign to just fly this around, and it's just so much fun. But let's take a quick detour. All right, so what I did was I went out and on Craigslist I bought this entire set. You get the drone, the remote control, a little display for FPV capabilities, and this just kind of clipped onto the remote so that it can hold this up. This entire set online is $200, all right, and it's a good deal. But if you're going to fly in ACRO mode, my assumption is that you are going to eventually move on to the bigger drones, and these two things right here, the transmitter and this display, is just not gonna work for you, and therefore my suggestion is do not buy this in an RTF set. RTF means ready to fly. It means it comes with everything. What you probably want to do is buy this as a BNF, or what they call ANF. ANF is arm and fly. BNF means bind and fly, and that basically just means that the manufacturer assumes that you already have your own transmitter and your own goggles, and all you need is just a drone. All right, so don't get this. That's my suggestion. All right, we'll talk about these drones later. And what I did was I invested the money and I got this as my transmitter and I got this as my goggles. I got this because after doing some research, I found that the range on this is a little bit better. I personally like things that I can mod and that are open, and this has a little bit more capabilities in terms of that than the DXE6 or the DX6 made by Spectrum. So I chose to go with Taranis, and for my goggles, I went with the EV800D by Eachine, and I really like this because one, this is a box set. All right, it's not the goggles, and I like it because one, the battery is built in, so that's kind of cool. Two, it has diversity, which means that it can get two separate antennas, and so you have one that's circular polarized and one that's omnidirectional, and it takes the best of both worlds, and it just brings the best picture it can receive into your goggle. And lastly, it has DVR function, so I can record the flight, and everything that I see in these goggles, I can put on my memory stick, put it up on YouTube, and share it with you guys. All right, so that's goggles and receiver. And my opinion is if you're gonna fly in ACRO mode, don't buy a RTF set. Go online, do some research. I'm gonna post another video about why I like the Taranis and why I got these as a set. But do yourself a favor, save some money, go online, do some research, and figure out what pair of goggles or what receiver you want. There are some cheaper ones out there, but for me, I like these two a lot, and eventually I'm gonna move on to either an Amway or a Fat Shark goggle. But it was just nice to have this because once again, it has DVR capabilities. All right. So now let's get back to the drones. All right, so this is my personal opinion. I like this Inductrix, but if you go online, you're gonna see that there's a huge community devoted to making little drones like this, and they're called the Tiny Whoop, or just a Whoop, right? This is the first one that took on the name the Tiny Whoop. Some guy named Jesse took an old Inductrix, added a camera to it, added a canopy, and just pretty much changed the entire drone industry. So my opinion is this: get either ANF or a BNF Inductrix, or hit up my boy from Skyline FPV. He's on YouTube, you can find him. He's from Tampa. He's trying to start his own drone store out there, but he does make his own Tiny Whoops, and he does it for a really great cost. So these are the two drones that he made for me. This is a 65 and this is 75. And what do I mean by 65? So they measure, 65 is a distance from motor to opposite motor, and on these small ones, or the Tiny Whoops, these are 65 millimeters, right? On the bigger ones, this is 75. So that's just the terminology you need to know. He gave me a really good price. He charged me $100 on each of them, which is great because they come with upgraded motors. I think this Inductrix only comes with 13,000 kV, which is how fast the motor spins. He hooked me up with 19,000 on this, 17,000 on this. All right. It also comes with the upgraded battery source, which is the JST 2.0, which they also call the Power Whoop, and it takes HV batteries, which means that it flies a little bit longer, and the punch and the responsiveness is much better than the original Inductrix that I really liked flying with. So I got really comfortable with this, but the second I received one of these and I started flying with this, it changed everything. So I would recommend that. So look, if you want to fly in ACRO mode and you have to get something really, really quick, yes, get the RTF set, all right? If you have the money, get the RTF set and fly away, and just know that eventually you're gonna have to buy everything all over again, okay? If you wanna save some money, which I'm sure all of us does, figure out what transmitter you want, what goggle you want, and these are gonna stay with you for about 2 to 3 years. You don't have to worry about it, okay? And then, what I would recommend is go to Skyline FPV on YouTube and message Connor. I think Connor's the guy who runs the website. Message him and ask him, hey, I saw that you made some Tiny Whoops for I Am Spanky. Can you make one for me? It took him about a week to get all the parts and to get it shipped to me. I am super grateful, man. This guy is amazing. Please support him. And just to let you know, I didn't know him from before. I put up a video and asking for help in the drone community. Hey, look, I need help binding this Tiny Whoop that I built. See, it's a little bit uglier. You can tell I built it. I had trouble binding this to my radio, and he contacted me on YouTube, and he literally was on Facebook for an hour with me, trying to get this to bind with my receiver. We eventually got it done. But after talking to him, he was telling me about his dreams and how he wanted to start a drone store. And so, you know what? Look at the handiwork. He custom built this, and this flies like a monster outside. I'm so excited. Actually, the second I'm done making this video, I'm gonna go out and rip it right away. So actually, that's what I'm gonna do now, because I'm done with this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it's been some help, and please subscribe and enjoy this video and all the other videos to come. Thanks again, guys. Happy droning.